Yo. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, dude?
Good. Hey, hello. Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Good.
matchy
Looking
match.
good.
Well, thank you for joining me today.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
I'm sure it is. Um, Sorry about the shine on my forehead. I don't know how to get rid of that.
It's okay. It's the quarantine shine. I think we're all kind of
That's
dealing
true.
with it. So, yeah.
The new look.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Thank you for being here. You and I met basically through your vinyl shop.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So talk about that. How did you get started? Why records in the age of MP3?
Oh, man. Well, I've always just been a collector and a fan of music. And about 2 years ago, I went to Topeka to a guy's house to go buy some records. And I accidentally walked away with 1,200 records, I think it was.
1200?
Turns out they were clearing out the house and they were going to throw everything else in a dumpster. So I just made an offer, bought everything.
Wow. Okay.
Very quickly realized I didn't want those 1,200 records and started selling them to friends. Um, Ended up buying another collection or two, and then it just kind of grew from there. Now we have a distributor. We do new records, vintage records, sell online. I ship to Portugal and France this week, so I'm shipping all over the world.
Wow.
Um,
You're kidding.
my collection has grown as well, and now I have probably about 15,000 records that I'm going through, or that
Like at your home?
yes, at my home.
Do you have to
Yeah.
have a separate house just for all the records?
No, they're kind of everywhere. Yeah.
Jeez.
But what you see behind me that's my personal collection. So
No, and these
um,
so these are not for sale, the ones behind you.
most of these, no. Depends what the offer is, though. But yeah, there's just something about records that make you listen to the entire thing.
Sure.
I talk to friends about this all the time, and we get into a spot with MP3s or streaming where
Mhm.
you're listening to something, and if you're like me, it's like you think of something else and you just click on something else, and we're just kind of bouncing
Sure.
around. When you put a record on, usually you're listening for something that you know, and then maybe two or three songs later, you're kind of not paying attention, and you hear a song that's on an album you've listened to 100 times, and it just like all of a sudden kind of catches you off guard. So
Absolutely.
that's the part I really love about vinyl.
You remember cassette tapes?
Yes.
Let's talk about cassettes.
Okay.
You remember putting your finger in the little holes to wind them, or if they like started the ribbon or whatever started falling out the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of cassette tapes, can you see this tattoo here?
Wow, look at that. Is that
Yeah,
Tom Petty?
it's got a Tom Petty quote on there. Oh my, oh hell yes. There we go.
Dude, that's
So
baller. Okay.
that's actually my only music tattoo too. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, I'm about the same age as you, and we growing up with cassettes, CDs, everything.
Yeah.
I used to love the radio. Um, there was a thing called the radio, and you would turn it on, and
Yeah. Right.
you couldn't control what came out of it.
Right.
But I had my first radio show when I was in sixth grade. On the local public radio station here. I'm not sure why they turned a sixth grader loose with the radio, but I would just listen to the radio all the time. I would make mixtapes. I'd have all these tapes I was like hitting record on and capturing stuff. So cassettes were definitely, I have just tubs full of them still that I just can't get rid of because
Really? Okay.
just fun. Yeah.
Do you listen to them? Do you have a tape player?
I do have a tape player. I've pretty much kept all of the different mediums. Tape player. We have an 8-track player.
Have you ever gone into like an On Cue or a Hastings or any sort of music shop and bought an album and thought, I hope no one sees me buying this and I can just get home?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
What do you got? Tell me a story.
The couple of my loves that I sometimes like flinch at. I'm just a lover of like a good pop song. and it doesn't have to be like the same artist. It's not like I find, you know, Justin Bieber and like love every song, but like I'll hear a song on the radio and just like something about it really catches my ear. So I definitely still love pop music, even though I don't buy a lot of it or like intentionally listen to it. But two of the ones that I've listened to a lot are Katy Perry's Teenage Dream album. Something about that record just,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's kind of my, you know, secret love there. In high school, it was the first Christina Aguilera album.
Wow. Okay.
I dragged a bunch of my girlfriends from high school to a show in Kansas City, and Destiny's Child was the opening act. So if you can imagine Beyonce being the opening act versus
Right. No,
Beyonce now, but
things change.
so those are the ones I'd probably. But for the most part, I always kid people like when they're shopping, but I think it's just cool whatever people love. I think Dave Grohl once said that like it doesn't matter what kind of music you like, just love it.
Yeah. Sure.
And you know, I have so many people that come up and like slip a Justin Bieber CD at the bottom of a pile or something, and I'm like, or a Justin Bieber record, and I'm like, don't hide it. Like if you love Bieber, love Bieber.
Jolly Good Show.